Heyo guys, welcome back to another video. I'm Unroyal. Yes, I know this isn't Forza for all you long-time comers. And don't worry, none of the racing games are going away. It's just that I play ESO a lot and I noticed a new influx of players. And I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and go over some tips and just other beginner stuff that I wish I would have known way before I started playing the game. And of course, give all the new players a little someone to go to in case they need a little bit of help. So with that being said, guys, let's not waste any more time and go right into tip number 1. Okay, so one of the first tips I'm going to give you guys is actually how to build your character. Now, keep in mind, you can pretty much build your character how you want. There's no wrong way unless you're trying to go for a specific role, which is damage, tank, and healer. So if you know which one you want to do, luckily ESO has you pretty much covered. So we're going to go ahead and open our skills menu. I'm on PC, so mine is K. And you're going to have this skills advisor here. Now, this is actually a really good, well, I don't want to say really good, but it does help you out quite a bit. Because if you go to the advisor settings, you're going to have your recommended one, which for my character, it is Dragon Knight is Initiate. And that's going to tell you, hey, you got your damage build, you got 2 of them, one for Magicka and one for Stamina. Then you're going to have your tank, which is going to focus on health and heavy armor. And then your healer, which is going to primarily focus on light armor and Magicka. Now, once you have one of these selected, if you're completely new, I would go with the Initiate advisor. But either way, once you have one of them picked, we'll go over to our advisor list, and you'll see it has your advised abilities. Now, you don't 100% have to follow these in the order of how it tells you to grab it, because you could actually go over to your class and all that, and you will notice, let's see here, a Venomous Claw here has these little brackets around here, while Lava Whip here does not. Now, normally, when you're going for an advised skill, these are what you're going to want to find. So, it'll tell you, hey, look, this is going to be one that you're going to want. It'll actually help you out quite a bit. And me building this character is actually doing good because I'm using nothing, well, primarily these bracketed skills. And I'm still doing quite a bit of damage for my damage build that I'm making on my Nordic Dragon Knight here. And that's pretty much all we've got for that. Hey guys, future Unroyal here during the editing process. One thing I forgot to mention is that if you don't have the XP and don't have the skill unlocked, all you have to do is equip one of the skills, and you don't even have to use it, as long as it is in your little skills bar, right where mine is, where you see the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then R. As long as it is in that little skill box there, you will gain XP for it, and you will eventually be able to unlock the skill that you need. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and I hope to not make any more mistakes like this again. Weapon, I mean, that's going to be based on whether you're going to do damage or you're going to be tanking and all that, so you're going to have to try and figure out which is better for that. So, you might want to just try and get a skill line for every single one. You just got to pick a weapon up of that and attack something, or you gotta kill something and all together. So you can either do that, or hopefully get lucky by finding a skill book. Now, as far as building your character is also concerned, I would always try to get, all your rafting, or your racial rafting, all of your racial skills I would grab as well. Like, for Nords, you get Resist Frost. Stalwart, you get more stamina, and Rugged, because you get more spell and physical resistance. I would always get those on a character, and this is going to be something that is up to you guys. I like having all my crafting stuff maxed out if I can. I'm currently working on enchanting and jewelry crafting along with my alchemy, which is almost done. And that's pretty much it for that. So that's what you're going to want if you're building your character. Now, if you did mess up a character, luckily, if you have the Clockwork DLC, which, let's see here, where is it? Crown Store, it should be under that. Okay, so if you go under furniture and your armor station, this is what you're going to need in case you're wanting to change out your build or anything like that. Maybe it's just not working out for you. And what I always recommend doing is, I've got my armored tank build saved here, and I always leave build 2 blank. That way, if I feel like I don't want to do damage or anything like that anymore, I want to try and be a healer, maybe that's going to work out for my Nordic Dragon Knight here. I can always just swap over here, hit equip build, and it'll reset just about everything. So you can pretty much build right off of the bat. And of course, I still got my main tank build here, so if I want to, I could just swap back to it anytime I want. Or, of course, you could just buy more bank slots. Since I have ESO Plus, I can buy another slot for 1,200 crowns. But for those that don't have ESO Plus, just try to keep the second one blank. If you want to try a different one out, you could easily just do it, and then, of course, just spend time basically sitting there rebuilding, seeing what works and what doesn't work. And with that being said, guys, if you are running low on skill points, do the main zone quests. Which ones are they? You'll notice, let's see here, under Western Skyrim, you'll have this little dungeon one. And, of course, this one that doesn't really have anything by it. Now, if we maybe find... Where is... Yes, if you see one like this icon here, it'll tell you it's part of the main story zone for that particular spot. Completing these can and will get you skill points outside of finding Sky Shards. Now, Sky Shards are going to be your best friend. You need to collect 3 of them. If you do the tutorial, it will actually show you what Sky Shards are. And, of course, give you a little tutorial on that as well. So, I always recommend finding them, doing main story quests, and by then, you'll have way more skill points than what you know to do with. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next tip. Alright, guys, so, next tip is, for those that don't have ESO Plus, you're going to want to find your bank. Your bank is going to be 100% your best friend for all of this, because this is where you're going to store pretty much anything you're going to need. So, for me, since I'm in Solitude right now in Skyrim, let's see here, you'll want to find this little treasure chest looking bit icon, and it'll tell you. It has the banker known as Kedregrel, or however you pronounce that name, and Varissa Healer. One of them. And it'll tell you it's at the Hafingard Hoard, which is right here. You'll also see it right there. Now, if we go inside, now, just know, for ESO Plus members, you do get double bank spots. So, it'll also tell you, hey, look, you got your bank, your guild bank, and your guild store. Don't worry about these two if you're just starting out, because, honestly, if you join a guild, you're going to have to, find one that doesn't really ask too much of you, so I'll get into that later and all that within the video. But anyways, we're going to go into our bank. And what I have stored here, you can see you have gold here. My bank space is 160. And you can also deposit anything you need to. Like, for me, I could deposit this healing staff or maybe another character. These ancestral silk and patlets. Maybe I need a character that needs a little bit of gold. And of course, what I would store in here. Now, if you have ESO Plus, I would store anything with this little magnifying glass icon. 9 times out of 10, that means that you can research it on that particular character. And of course, if you haven't researched it, it's probably going to be in here anyways, because you might have multiple things, like about the twin sisters. Let's find something. Okay, yeah, like the necklace of twin sisters, they do have the exact same one, and I've researched the trait on another character, but I do have 4 other characters, so maybe I want to research on one of them. You can store it in here. It'll be account bound, so any character that you go to a bank will be able to see that. Now, if you don't have ESO Plus, well, okay, this is kind of a bad example. Let me go ahead and go into my craft bag. We will go ahead and retrieve these. Yes, retrieve. If you don't have ESO Plus, you could easily just take whatever materials you have. For me, it's these acai berries. Go ahead and deposit those. Then it'll be right in here for our bank to use. Now, when we do that, I would do that for any material you want to hang on to. And when we do that, we're going to go ahead and run up here because I actually know where a provisioning bit is. Right up and around here. I'm in Western Skyrim, by the way. So if we do that, go under drinks, where is... There should be an acai... something for acai stuff. Let me find it real quick. Yeah, here we go. Acai tonic infusion. You can see I can still pretty much craft it even though I don't have it in my inventory. And that is the best part about having a bank. So if you store it there, you can still use it and it's not taking up your precious inventory space. So, nice little tidbit there. So, best tip for non-ESO Plus members, find your banks. Store what you need to in there. Personally, any crafting material I would store in there. Especially Moondust stones and provisioning stuff. Those are going to take up bank space quite a bit. And of course, if you're like me and you don't know how to save gold to save your life, you can go ahead and put it in here. Hit deposit currency. I'm going to deposit 6,000 gold. I always keep at least 1,000 on me at all times. And it'll be in my bank. That is the only thing that will not be able to, you won't be able to actually spend it while it's in there, basically. Like if we go up to, let's find one of these Mystic, or one of these merchants. I had like 160-something thousand, and it's only going to show that I have 130, and these are going to be redded out. So it's a good way to save gold if you are looking to do that, because maybe you're going to be like me and you're going to want to buy Proudspire Manor here at some point. And if we go over here and actually take a look at the price tag, once we get there, preview. And if we're going to go ahead and press purchasing options, you're going to see it's over 1 million gold or 6,000 crowns. And, of course, if you want to buy it furnished, it's 7,500. Honestly, if you're... I wouldn't spend any crowns on a house, but either way. And it also requires the Western Skyrim Grand Adventure achievement, so in order to do that, that's going to be a bit of a time. But anyways, so that's pretty much that tip. And it kind of leads me into my next tip, which is what to spend your gold on. Now, in case you guys haven't seen it, we're going to go ahead and run back to the bank, because that's going to be an area that you actually spend gold at. Another banker there, but I don't think we could actually use it. I think that's character bound, so we're going to go ahead and run over to this here bank. Hofengar Horde. Now, one of the things you're going to want to spend your money on is bank space. Now, I've got plenty here. Personally, I would try to max this out as fast as I can, but as you can see, my funding is kind of low. But anyways, this is one of the things you're going to want to spend your gold on. And I will make a tip on how to get some, or make a video on how to get the most gold, well, not the most gold, but how to get gold, not the quickest way, but in a more efficient way. But yeah, that's one of the things. And you're also going to want to find these pack merchants, because if you end up talking to one of them, they'll give you an option to buy a backpack upgrade. Now, this is also kind of steep, 46,000 gold. And trust me, any more space you could get, the better. Because that means you could carry more weapons, carry more potions, carry more good food, more good drinks. That'll help your stats and all that. But other than that, if you're going to spend your gold, don't come over to a guy like this. And you're honestly not even going to need like I said, you're not going to really need any of these. You're going to find better stuff out in the wild anyways, or you probably just craft something better, like I have with my 2 swords here. But anyways, those are the main things I would spend gold on. I wouldn't really spend gold on just about anything else. Like I said, mainly just spend it on backpack and bank space. That way you have more storage for more stuff. And that's pretty much up for those 2 tips. So with that, let's move on to the next tidbits. Alright guys, so next tip is what you should and shouldn't deconstruct. Now, this one's actually going to be a very simple one. Now, you're going to, as you're running around the wasteland, or not the wasteland, the Tamriel, you might find stuff with little symbols right next to it. This one being intricate, it'll actually give you more XP toward that particular skill line by 280%. So, if you find these, deconstruct it, always hang on to it just for that purpose alone. Another thing you're going to want to find are stuff with a magnifying glass right next to it. You're going to want to hang on to those. Don't deconstruct them right away, especially if you need to research the trait, which will show with this little magnifying glass. And one of the things that is kind of optional to you guys, if you need the gold, or if you don't, try to find stuff with this little money bag symbol. It's called Ornate. Normally these just sell for a heck of a lot more. As you can see, it sells for an extra 285%, which you could probably see the difference right now, 103 gold versus 48. But other than that, I mean, the only reason why I'm hanging on to these is because I have characters that need to research them. But other than that, you can pretty much deconstruct almost everything else. You'll get materials for it, and you could probably use it to build anything else, kind of like, if we go over to my jewelry thing. Let's see here, that has something I might need to research along with all of these, so I might just go ahead and store them in my bank at some point. Who knows, maybe I have a couple characters that need these. But we'll go ahead and deconstruct it. And I got a little bit of XP for it. I got a Platinum Ounce and Pulverized and Antimony. Honestly, don't know how to pronounce that, but you'll get more materials out of it, and you could probably use those for something else. But like I said, if you have something that needs to be researched, try to hang on to that, because you never know, you might actually need it. Let me go ahead and find those. Yeah, if you don't know if you have something you can research or not, if you go under your research tab and go over here, you'll be able to find it. Now, these do take a while. These are actual real-life days and all that. So it will take you some time to get it researched. And it'll show you, hey, look what you do and don't know for each thing. Yes, you gotta research it for everything. This one I have almost done and such. So, like I said, it's gonna take you a while. Try to keep an eye out for that little magnifying glass. And that should make it a little easier to try and research it. But other than that, that's pretty much that tip. Let's move on to the other tip, which is cooking craft potions as often as you can. Now, you're going to find these cooking fires everywhere, and you're going to have a provisioning skill tree. Now, if you go over to food, I have a bunch that I could cook. And honestly, I would cook these just to sell for money. So we're going to go ahead and craft this. It'll give you that, and this is also a little tidbit for money. Let me go ahead and go into here. Now, I do have a skill that gives me extra ones, but you can see I get 4 gold per thing. So normally I would just mark these as junk, so it's a good way to get money as well as get some skill going. And the reason why you're going to want to cook is because you cannot... Where did I put it? You can't really deconstruct these at all. So there is no deconstruct tab or anything like that, so... And same with potions and all that. So, try to cook and craft potions as often as you can. It'll get the skill up. And honestly, if you do need the gold, if you go over here, at least for provisioning, you can get more servings for each, so you can sell more. And for alchemy, I don't think there's anything... Okay, yeah, you could get chemistry. In fact, let me go and pick those up real quick. I'll get some extra potions to sell if I really want. I don't even know if I have the ingredients to make anything real quick, but we will find out. Let's see here. Yeah, they won't react, but anyways, that's a little money tip as well, so a little double feature there, but try to cook and craft potions as often as you can until you get that skill line maxed out. Always try to max out these... Wrong button. Always try to max out these skill lines, guys. It'll help you out quite a bit in the long run. Kind of like me right now, I'm trying to get my enchanting done so I can make better enchantments on my weapons and armor and such like that. But that's pretty much going to be it for that tip. And let's move on to the final tip for you guys. Alright guys, so the final tip I have for you guys is what kind of guild to join. Now, I am in 2 of them. They are relatively laid-back guilds, and that's the type of one that I would find. Now, honestly, that's going to be kind of hard to do considering some of these actually have some really strict rules. Like, let's see if we can't find one. Okay, yeah, no dues or fees. Some of them do have a lot of, Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and view this guild info. It's going to have you join them on their Discord. Quite a bit of other stuff. And it tells you, hey, look, your min champion point has to be maxed out. So if you're brand new, I wouldn't really join anything like that. And if we go to one of the ones I'm actually in, let's see here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one doesn't really ask for too much, by the looks of it. But we got that one, and we got another one that... Yeah, just a friendly online gaming community. They don't really ask for much. They got Discord invites. They got all sorts of other stuff. Anyways, these ones, they don't really ask you much. This one is kind of new. They're asking for bidding funds, which they only want 1,000 gold a week, I think. Yeah, you just deposit a little bit of gold in there, and they will be alright with it, but they're not going to kick you out for anything like that. That is kind of a, that is the kind of guild I would personally join if I were you guys, especially if you're brand new. But all you have to really do is go ahead and try and, find one, maybe find one that's questing, maybe one that's PvP. Got a bunch that are, rather chill. Yeah, here we go. We got one that for you guys. Playstyle is very casual and all that. They don't have any minimum champion points, so you join it probably at level 50 or maybe even sooner than that. But anyways, they all say, hey, look, all players are welcome, no dues. They're, you know, all this fun jazz. And they just kind of tell you, hey, look, this is what we're into. So try to find the guilds that are really, really laid back. Join them. Don't find any with very strict dues or anything like that. So with that being said, guys, that's going to be the video. I know this is something very different compared to my Forza vids. And again, that's not going away. It's just that I want to try and get some other passion projects done. I did start the channel off as a variety channel after all, and I just kind of wanted to get a fresh start. I did start on racing games, so I do apologize if I gave you the image that it was going to be strictly racing games, which honestly I do love them, and they aren't going to go away anytime soon. And honestly, I probably will keep making more of them, but you can't expect these from time to time. And anyways, I hope these tips help. I hope I explained it in a way that helps. I know my explanations aren't really the best considering I'm doing this all without a script or anything like that, so my words may get a little hectic. But anyways, guys, Pretend I said something corny here to get you to comment, like the video, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy your time in Tamriel. Y'all have a good one.